Hey there. So, here's where we left off last time. We have our whole tile set blasted up on the screen. It's not divided up in tiles yet. We do know how to recolor the thing, which is going to be useful. We are, like I said, we're going to try to reproduce the entire Minecraft game that was all written in Java. And each of the entities in that game is composed of a 4-color tile, where each color is either transparent or one of these RGB numbers. I was about to say tuple. It's not really a tuple. It is one number. A tuple is if you surrounded this thing with parentheses and put commas between the numbers. That's a tuple. This has everything smushed into one number. So anyway, we are going to make some TileSet and tile classes, and then see if we can get something moving around the screen. So here we go. Do we still need this thing? This was from a previous iteration of a program that I don't, well, you know, I can repurpose this. At one point I was working on this program for, is basically loading the whole, making this whole thing interoperable with WASM, WebAssembly, but I'm not even trying to do that this time. But sometimes you'll see pointers floating around. When you start operating in WebAssembly, then pointers start coming up again. You know, we are going to ditch most of this because let me look at our image. And the image is on the server. Assets, icons. About how many pixels is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's an 8x8 tile. Alright, then we have our tiles array. And you know how many tiles are in a row. There we go. And yeah, I am totally using IntelliSense in place of a typing system. And it's working. How do I represent the... I'm trying to remember. I do not remember how to specify the types on a class from here. Wonder if Code Whisperer will do it for me. That's... See, sometimes this thing hallucinates. Just gotta watch out for that. Because there is no image data, is there? Like, anywhere. Was it on the original? Oh, there's an image data class that we use when we're putting data to the HTML canvas. But it's not part of this. And no, it's not remembering those properties. I'll figure this out later. Doesn't matter enough right now. So, we're going to focus on the tile set. Tiles per row. Remember to floor that into an integer. And then there's two ways to do this. We can carve up the tiles in advance, or we can grab all the pixel data and load up a bunch of little tile arrays. Really, either solution is okay. I don't know, I guess I just feel like doing it this way. I've written this code so many times over the years, it's kind of funny. It's just, you know, kind of relaxing. X value is column times tile width. And this will be times tile height. So this will calculate what row and column we're on, and then convert that into the pixel position within the image data. And then we need a subloop that will actually iterate over the tile data itself. And what is the best way to represent a two-dimensional array in JavaScript? Probably as a one-dimensional array. I don't know, what do y'all think? Is that terrible? I could represent a two-dimensional array as just a big one-dimensional array of pixels. I mean, I have the tile width and tile height. So finding the offset into that, a two-dimensional offset into a one-dimensional array wouldn't be that awful. If we did that, let's see, we're going to need to do this thing to get the color value that we want. We don't want the color value so much as like a palette index. Grab all the channels, divide by 64, because there's only 4 colors. You divide 256 divided by 64 is 4. And then push that value into our tile. And then push the tile into the tiles array. That should be enough to give us all the tile data for each of the tiles. Let's go ahead and see what that would look like. So, assuming that that is correct, tile index XY, and then the array of colors. And this will be a number array. Like that. An array of 4 colors represent the color of the tile. -1 is transparent. And let's not overwrite our x and y variables. I'm going to do y delta and x delta. And since the tile is a one-dimensional array, is that what I want? That might actually be what I want. Yes, that is what I want. I was trying to remember this. Code Whisperer wrote in this palette line for me, but that actually is what I want to get because I'm going to pass it a set of colors like this with a bunch of 3-digit numbers. It has to convert that into a set of actual colors. And we need the index into the array. So we're not doing get pixel at x and y. We are doing actually we don't need that line at all now. V is equal to our tile array at the index value. And yeah, we can go ahead and iterate that. And then we're going to get the color, the palette color from based off of that value. If it exists, then we can set the pixel at x plus x delta and y plus y delta. Technically, indexing the array once is a bit faster than indexing it twice, so, you know, let's do that. That should be what it takes to draw a tile on the screen. And I may end up moving that up a level because, I don't know, calculating the color 4 times every time we draw a tile might become a performance problem. So we may end up coming back to that to do. Alright, so we have our tile set. Let's create a tile. Well, let's create a tile set. Okay, let's try rendering one tile now. Just let's pick on that grass tile in the top left. Be a simple place to start. So it counts, like this top left one is 0, and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it counts 0 to whatever the width is from left to right, and then moves on to the next row, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, or wherever the next row starts. Doesn't really matter where the next row starts, because we have math to figure that out for us. But let's see if it properly draws a little plot of grass. Nope. Okay, what'd I forget? Get pixel XY is not a function. Now the problem is, I think I let Code Whisperer write too much of my code for me. Oh, no. That was from the old code that I uncommented and forgot, didn't clean up completely. I also don't need that. Anything else? JavaScript is such a common language. I am almost completely positive that you are going to see better ways for me to write some of this, and you're very welcome to suggest it. Always happy to learn new ways of wrangling JavaScript. Tile is not defined. Of course it's not, because I defined it at the wrong level. Ta-da! Now it is defined. I'm not seeing my tile. Where's my tile? Alright, hold on here. Let's write that out to the screen and see what's inside. Alright, this is the tile we're trying to draw, and yeah, it's a bunch of ones, which is what I would expect. Okay, let me think. What am I missing here? Let's move it down the screen a little bit. Tile index XY colors. Oh. I'm doing that thing twice. That's kind of funny. I don't need to do that there. I actually am pre-calculating it. That's funny. wonder if all I have to do is that. Making this call before I draw the tile means that the draw tile function doesn't need to then make that same call. That would give us all kinds of random results. Let's see what that does. Oh boy, we have... It's the right color. Where's the rest of the data? I mean, that's a plain green square. Let's check our data. Okay, the x and y is wrong. That should be xd and yd. No, it should be x plus xd and y plus yd. That will probably help. There we go. Cute little grass tile. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see if we can draw that little player tile right there. It's actually a collection of 4 tiles. So, pulling up the Java code. Looking for, let's see, we need a render function, we need, what else do we need? Type time greater than 0, don't need that, we're just trying to throw the player up on the screen. We're going to end up converting all of this eventually. Eating my elephant one bite at a time. I think we just need these. You know, I'm trying to get the tile indices here, and I really just need those two. 0 and 14. Oh. All this Java code is going to refer to the tiles with X and Y indices into the tile sheet. But I have a one-dimensional array of tiles, which is going to make it a little annoying to convert. I mean, one way you can get around that is by storing the number of tiles per row. And then we can calculate the tile index from those two variables. Okay, let's get the Sakai up on the screen. Okay, so that's how we get the tile index. What colors do we want? Color, color, color. Did I miss it? Was it right there in front of me? There it is. then we're going to draw 4 tiles for the 4 quadrants of the player, figure out exactly how I want this represented. And then we need to also update the X and Y positions for each of those quadrants. And then we need to figure out a less painful way of doing this. Let's just see if it works. Well, that almost worked. What did I grab there? That needs to be like that. Yay, we have a player. Cool. Okay, let's get this player to walk around just a little bit. See, I can't remember the name of the key codes for left, down, left, and right keys. So, we're just going to do this. Arrow up, arrow down, arrow left, arrow right. Now we need to find those variables. use them when we're drawing our player. But does it work? Oh, he's moving around. We need to work on the key repeat thing, but it does prove the point. We can get the player to move around. How do we disable the key repeat in JavaScript? Usually, like, there's automatic. What, we don't want to disable the key repeat. We just let me think. I've solved this problem before. I just need to look it up. Where did I put that? Oh, it's not that one. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? There, I think. Key up, key down, key press. We probably are going to want all of those. We're not going to finish implementing all of them right now. It doesn't answer the question about the delay before the key event gets repeated. Oh, fine. I'm going to Google. Right, okay, could use the key down event instead. Wait, no, we were just doing that. What am I thinking? That's silly. Okay, here's what we'll do. instead of tracking, like actually moving the player, we're going to let the button press determine the player's speed. It'll work until I find something that works better. And then, over here in the update section, player x plus equals dx, player y plus equals dy. There you go. Now he's moving a lot smoother. Ta-da! We have our little player sprite. And we've started working on, well, it's kind of a sprite. We have a moving player tile. We need to encapsulate some of that into an actual sprite class. And we can do work to improve our keyboard input. We also need to work on our mouse cursor. And I'm going to save that for next time. So, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again.